Hi everyone, Glen once again. We're going to go explore the booming economical powerhouse of a town that's known as Neosho, Wisconsin. Wah, 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 wah. No, just want another video where we go explore shit. So we're actually going to go walk around Neosho. A town close to where I grew up, way out in the middle of nowhere. Because I just did the videos where I showed you where I grew up, out in the middle of nowhere, my houses. There's the center of Neosho's economy. The Neosho gas station.
Station Neosho.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed the name. It sounds stupid. Station Neosho. It used to be called the Pump back in the day, back when I was a kid.
I don't remember when it was called that.
Yeah, it's also one of Neosho's main attractions too.
Good old gas.
Yeah, it's because it's good old gas because there's no ethanol in it. It's just regular gas.
I'm gonna say good old gas. You probably can't hear me because of stupid bikers.
Grandpa Allen said some of these houses are abandoned. I don't know which ones are, but it'd be cool to like go look in some of them. Mom said it was one of these houses next to her. I don't know if it's like one of these two, or if you go back that way and it's one of those two, so. I'm always looking for abandoned shit to go look in. Yeah, a lot of fucking traffic in Neosho today. It's East School Street. We're gonna turn down this street because I'll show you where I used to go to Sunday school and shit.
Then could you show me where I go to school?
Yep, Honor Elementary.
I wonder if anyone's there.
Not today, it's Labor Day. Yeah, that's the church where I used to go to Sunday school. Well, actually, Sunday school, I think, was held in that building. There's a basement down there, too. It's funny, out of all the memories I have of, like, Sunday school, I just remember I hated going. It sucked. I was still getting picked on and bullied a lot by kids, so, like, going here was just an extension of how shitty going to school was. It's like the only good memories I have of Sunday school are when we actually got to have cookies and Kool-Aid down in the basement. This is the church where I think my grandma still goes here and some of the other people I know. There was one time where we let a bunch of balloons go up in the sky for some reason. That's beyond me. I don't remember. I don't remember that either. I wonder if those are the same swings that were out here when I was a kid. Neosho Lutheran School or Church or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, in the Holy Hill video I mentioned that, you know, I don't really talk about religion or anything. I guess a good chunk of my life I never really believed, I guess. Half the time I believed, the other half I didn't. I go in and out of my phases where I believe, don't believe, whatever. Maybe there's something out there, but even when I was a kid, one of my memories of Sunday school is I remember bringing comic books to Sunday school, and we always used to get these pamphlets of, you know, little information, educational pamphlets on Jesus and what happened and stuff. And, I brought a Spider-Man comic to school. I think it was, I don't remember exactly which one it was. I think it was him fighting the lizard or something. And a teacher caught me with it. I had it in the little educational pamphlet book thing. And the teacher was just like, you know, this garbage isn't real. This is trash. It's blasphemous. Blah blah blah. Why are you reading this? She took it away. And so if you can believe in all the stuff that's in the Bible, all this magical shit that's in there, why can't you believe in a guy with radioactive spider powers? You know what I mean? Because to me, it's one and the same.
Didn't you get another one?
Yeah, I think so at some point. But that's just me. Don't rip my head off for fucking, you know, saying stuff like that. Jesus could be out there. I don't know. He might be. We're not going to get into the topic of religion right now. Yay, Neosho! Now we're on Rubicon Street. The Rubicon Jam. Let's get on the sidewalk. Well, I guess there's not a sidewalk, but let's get close to the side of the road as we can. Here's one of the other main huge landmarks and attractions of Neosho, the post office.
Why did they have Spider-Man on it for a while?
That was when the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. He was promoting UPS, another shameless promotion for a cartoon icon, kind of like Peanuts with MetLife Insurance, or now Ghostbusters shamelessly did it with that one car insurance company. That really made me want to puke.
Was that when you were a kid?
No, that was just recently, just now, with that new Ghostbusters movie.
Oh, I remember that.
There's the post office. One cool thing about the post office is that it's kind of like old-timey inside yet. I mean, if you want to talk about how cool post offices are, but
They're not that
the fire department's back that way.
spiders.
That's the one cool thing about Neosho is like everything's within walking distance. We parked at my mom's house. Didn't take me that long, and now I'm walking down these deserted roads, and there's my dad's house right there. So yeah, going back to what I said in the where I grew up videos, it's like, yeah, we pretty much all stayed in the same area most of our lives. I moved to West Bend, Wisconsin, which is probably about 30 minutes from here. Half hour, 40 minutes, something like that. And I lived there for almost a year, and then I decided that I hated it there and moved back here. It's my dad's house.
We're gonna go see
He's got a 69 Chevelle sitting in the driveway. And past my dad's house, the school is down there. Honor Elementary. To me, it used to be Neosho Elementary School. Neosho shit school. I hated Neosho growing up.
What?
But I have confidence in the place now that someone else owns it. There's kids playing outside. Take a look at Woodlawn Park too. It's not much of a park. This vacant area right here that's just all grass. It's Butch's car. People watching this, if you live in Neosho, you all know who Butch is. That's his car. And I love that sign on that front yard. Hillary in prison in 2016. That's awesome. Of course, I think every presidential candidate we got this year should probably be looked into a little further before we vote for any of them, because they all seem crooked. Boat launch in school cemetery, or school and cemetery, but it just looks funny with the school cemetery. The school has its own cemetery for people that died there. Of course, that's not the case.
A couple people died there where they went to school.
The beautiful Neosho beach on Rock River, Neosho Pond, or whatever it is. I don't think it's Rock River. I think it's just Neosho Pond. A pond that's full of cow shit. So if I'm not mistaken, the farmers let their animals bathe in that water and they shit in it. That's just something Grandpa Allen told me a long time ago. People boating out on Neosho Pond today. There's some really extravagant houses out that way. I don't know if you can see in the distance. Like a log cabin-y type place up there. That's when you get onto like Pond Road. And it's the Neosho School Cemetery. You know, ever since I was a kid, Connor knows I love horror movies. I always loved, you know, scary movies my whole life. I always thought it was cool but weird that there's a fucking cemetery next to the kids' grade school.
Horror of Honor Elementary.
But this is the new school. They washed their hands clean of that Neosho name. It was Honor Elementary since the Salesville people bought it.
Now our new logo is Phoenix. That's the little bird.
Yep, and I always loved phoenixes, like my Trans Am and Firebird and stuff.
Right in there in my classroom.
Your classroom is in there, huh?
That window. My spot is right on that table right there.
They still got the old backboard for the basketball hoop up, Neosho Warriors. That used to be the old sports team. There used to be a bench right here for us to sit on, but they took it away. Guess because you're supposed to be getting exercise, not sitting around outside when it's recess. You know, when I was a kid, I busted that window right there. I put my elbow through it. I had a Packer jacket and ripped my Packer jacket on the elbow. I thought everyone was going to be pissed at me, but they were more worried that I was okay, which I was. I used to play with a few of these things. All this stuff wasn't here when I was a kid. This playground stuff.
There wasn't a playground?
No, not out in the front. It used to be in the back.
Thing like that.
The baseball field.
Yeah.
where we used to have gym and PE class. Reminds me of a story. We came out here for gym class one time. We had this substitute gym teacher named Mr. Pertel. He was a fucking dick. Like, I was like the only fat kid in class, so I kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. But he like made some joke about me being fat one time. I just wanted to kill the motherfucker. I'm not like that anymore. I'm pretty easygoing. I don't harbor revenge or anything. Because life gave me the best revenge towards people. There's a lot of people that are my age that I went to school with that still look decent, but the people that picked on me growing up, they're either in a worse spot or they look like total shit. And I retained my looks. I look pretty damn good for being my age and 32, and I keep myself in shape. Maybe I can't hold on to a girlfriend. They always fucking leave on me, but you know, still growing up and seeing my bullies look like shit and end up living a miserable life, it's kind of rewarding in a way. So I'm not harboring any bad thoughts on them anymore because kind of life served them up a dish of karma. Here's the back of Neosho School. I can't believe they got rid of all the cool playground equipment.
What was back here?
Swings and this thing we climbed on, and my friend Derek fell off it and chipped his tooth one time. Remember that?
Is that old stuff? Is that new stuff?
I don't know. Yeah, I used to wait for my parents back here to pick me up once in a while when the bus wouldn't come and get me. That's when I had to serve detention for a number of reasons. Chalk pictures. When I used to have recess out here, I used to... Well, they got it fenced off now, but... This area back here, they didn't have a fence there when I was a kid, but I used to climb back there and sit on recess. Even back then I was kind of a loner. None of the kids liked me. And I got picked on, so I just stayed by myself as much as I could. I mean, I had a few friends, but...
You sat over there?
Yeah. Yeah, being a fat kid at Neosho School back in the early 90s wasn't very fun. It was pretty shitty. I do have to say one thing as far as, you know, my dad. My dad always brings up, Dad, you did give me a good childhood. It wasn't your fault that I got picked on. I should have been watching what I ate and watching my weight and all that stuff so I wouldn't get picked on at school, but I didn't do it. Now that I'm older, I'm in pretty damn good shape and I'm proud of it. There's a bird up there. There's more trees and shrubbery and stuff here now. Foliage and all that kind of shit. But I used to, when I was a kid, I used to come up to this fence too. And just kind of look out over where the lake is back there. You can look through the trees, you can kind of see the lake. I'd always just sit here looking, wishing I wasn't here, wishing I was somewhere better. And there's that pipe right there us kids used to play by.
What did that even do?
I don't even know what that's for. I didn't know what it was when I was a kid, I just knew it was a pipe. We used to play by it. Now that I'm an adult, I still don't know what the fuck that thing's for. Nor do I care, I guess, but Connor just asked me why I hated this place so much growing up. I guess it wasn't so much the place as it was some of the teachers we had and a lot of the kids I went to school with. That's why I hated being here, because, I don't know, it seems like bullying laws are a lot stricter now. Your kid can get taken out of school if he's bullying the right kid or the wrong kid or whatever you want to call it. The zero tolerance thing. So my son doesn't really get bullied ever. So, I mean, that's cool. I'm happy that's going that way. But, you know, when I was a kid, even a few of the teachers partook in, you know, making me feel like less than nothing, you know. It was fucking bullshit now that I look back on it. But, you know, I think it made me a stronger person in the long run. It made me want to be better, look better, take care of myself now more than I'm older. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I said in other videos too, I went through deep depression spells. I started drinking. I was an alcoholic for a while. Sometimes I don't do things I should be doing, like drink tons of energy drinks and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I've been pumping iron a lot lately, trying to get myself in really good shape. So, I eat right. Should we take a look into Neosho School Cemetery?
Yeah.
You know something? I have, all these years, like, I started going to school here when I was 5 years old. And I've never ever been in this cemetery.
This is your first time?
Yep.
Don't pretend.
For the 26, 27 years I've been in Neosho, This is a place I have never gone. Now, some of these people chose to not put their first names on their headstones. 26, 27 years in Neosho, a place I've never been to, and a place that's pretty unremarkable for a cemetery. I mean, I guess cemeteries aren't places that are full of excitement anyway, unless you're watching something like Night of the Living Dead where zombies popping out of the graves and stuff, but still have never been here. It was cool to just look around for a little bit. Any one of my family members watching this, please, if when I die, don't bury me in the Neosho School Cemetery. I don't want to end up back here. I want to be buried underneath a tree so the tree can live off of me for generations. That's what I want. Not to be buried in a pine box in the Neosho School Cemetery. Those are some of my dying wishes. I'll be going over there soon. The guy holding the mailbox right there is taking a shit. It's a guy taking a shit mailbox holder. Coming back down here to the corner. That's something else now. Someone else bought it again, but it used to be Wiener's Bar way back in the day. Yeah, I got one night after work at Allenton Inn where I used to work. I came down here and I was all wasted and I had a fish fry. I got sick and threw up right in the urinal and I went out and had another root beer and shot of whiskey. Right after I puked up fish in their urinal. I bet they weren't too happy about that. Yep, there's a corner convenience store way down there. It's not a convenience store anymore by the bank, but I got a story about that too. The Old Village Hall Museum.
That's a museum?
It's open May through October. I'm looking at the museum and you want to look at that on the road?
What is that?
It's like a dead animal of some kind.
I think it's a possum.
Yeah, it's something like that. The museum's open second and fourth Sunday of every month, May through October. I've never been in there, but I can't imagine there's anything that's like that wonderful in there. It's fucking Neosho. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's no swimming, because this pond would actually be hazardous to your health if you jumped in there. I'm pretty sure it would be. It's fucking gross. Lehman Street. There's a little. This place would be neat if there was like something more here than a gazebo, like this little triangle place. The thing that's weird is like this area right here, there used to be a big building there. I think it was like a restaurant called the Tin Soldier or the Toy Soldier or something, but it burned down. And there was a really like creepy house like right in this area. Right where all these fences were is this really old creepy house. It used to be something to do with the mill or something like that. Grandma Lentz told me. Now there's not really a whole lot of anything left down here. This place looks like it's some sort of a business, but I think it's just actually like housing. This place could use like a fancy little rustic old style diner somewhere out here. It would be neat, but it's Neosho. I don't think too many people give a shit about Neosho. There's the Bear's Den over there. Another huge landmark in Neosho, a bar. If you're ever in Neosho, you got the gas station, you got the bar, you're set. I mean, what more could you want out of a small town? You can get drunk at the Bear's Den. You're hungry, go get some shit food from the gas station. Of course, not late at night because the gas station closes at 9. I used to work there. You know what? In honor of all area veterans who served our country in times of conflict, Neosho VFW post. That's cool. Out of all the years I've lived in Neosho, I've never actually stood in this area or walked in this area. So there's actually some firsts here for me. I never walked down here ever. Neosho Pond or Lake or whatever the hell it is. The cop usually sits over here waiting for speeders a lot of the times. It's the Neosho Police Department. So they don't have to go far to wait for speeders. And this place right here is what I was going to tell you about. Neosho Cooperative Company. Well, this used to be a corner convenience store too, right here. But in all my video game videos, I always mention that it used to be like a grocery convenience store type place. Now they sell like handcrafted and vintage inspired gifts. An emporium of all things fun and beautiful. Like someone said they got coffee in there too. Well, I guess it's right in the window.
Can you open?
No. Well, actually, that place does look pretty neat inside now. But this place used to be like a little convenient grocery store type place, right? Grandpa Allen used to rent me a bunch of NES games, like every weekend.
No, kind of.
But a lot of the games I rented were from this place that I play on Glen Plays Mondays. Except it was something else way back then. There's Albertson's Archery. You can get some cool archery stuff in there. I haven't been in there in like 20 some years, so I really wouldn't know. We come to the last stop on our tour, the Station Neosho, which I said earlier is a stupid name. It's always going to be the Neosho Pump to me. That's what they should have kept it, damn it. And I actually used to work in this place for about a good 3 to 6 months, I believe. But I just kind of got sick of it and just ended up quitting. I didn't mind it though, it was kind of fun.
That guy's car looks like Jeff's car.
It's a Cadillac. You got good old gas here and a bunch of beer. When I used to work here, I used to play a little game of how many beers can I slam in 5 minutes on my 5-minute break. Connor just alerted me that he's dying of dehydration, so he needs something to drink, so we're gonna get something to drink. Oh, I think I want coffee maybe.
I need water.
I know you're dying from the whole couple minutes we walked. We got Surge in there too. I think I might want a Surge.
You sit down.
Just sit on beer.
I don't know where to sit.
Well, we're gonna be back to the car soon enough. There's a selection of fine cigars in that cabinet. Well, everyone, that was Neosho, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us. Pretty unremarkable small town, but it's part of where I grew up, so some of the stuff I got connections to and sentimental feelings towards. Somewhat. I mean, for the most part, I can take it or leave it. Nothing special, nothing remarkable, nothing exciting. Everyday run-of-the-mill town you just drive through. I'm Glen Lentz, that's Connor who just walked off screen. And I'll see you next time. Go watch Road.